Hi guys, Cramer. Welcome back, Cramer's Classic Cycles. This is a really neat project. This is a 1974 Kawasaki Z1 that I got in an estate sale a couple of years ago. I believe the bike was originally drag raced, and I don't think it had run since 1982. I decided that it had a ATP Turbo on it, and that I wanted to do a ground up restoration. So today we'll talk a little bit about some of the modifications that the Turbo pack had on it back in the day. So what makes this bike special is the ATP Turbo. And if I pull off this side cover here, you can see it a little bit better. But right in here is a Mikuni HSR 42 pumper carburetor. And it's fed by an electric fuel pump. A lot of special rejetting had to be done, so pretty tricky. Thanks to Curt Jordan Engineering, we're able to get it really close. This is a K&N air filter on the bike. So the air comes in here, obviously, goes through the carburetor, then hits the cool side of the turbo, where it gets compressed, goes into this 4-in-1 intake manifold, and voila, we get about 50 more horsepower. So part of this kit that makes it special is what they called the log. Modern turbo kits have equal length headers. Back in 1975, they didn't have that yet for this bike. So you can see there are 4 of the exhaust ports that go into gradually increasing manifold. Down here is a wastegate that's actually, I think, made of cast iron or solid steel. Inside this is an exhaust valve that opens when the desired pressure is reached, and the extra exhaust pressure is pushed out the bottom here so you don't over rev your turbine and create too much boost and blow the motor up. So the exhaust comes from here, tucks in very tightly, and goes to the hot side of the turbine compressor. From there it spins super duper fast under oil pressure from the engine, quiets the exhaust just a little bit, we'll hear that in a minute, and then it shoots down a straight pipe exhaust in the back. Typically these were used for drag racing. If you bought one of these kits, it would come from a specially appointed Kawasaki dealer, and you'd have to sign a waiver saying that there'd be no warranty on the bike or the turbo kit. We're successful in making 120 horsepower on the dyno with this setup. We think at about 15 pounds boost. The boost is so abrupt it actually broke the first 2 boost gauges we used. So here we're going to take it for a little ride, and then we'll have some boost footage on the DynoJet dyno in a little while. I can tell you that its manners are really good before you're on boost, but once it gets on the power, boy, you gotta hang on. Cramer again, Cramer's Classic Cycles. Today's a real treat. We're going to take my fully restored 1974 Kawasaki Z1 with an ATP Turbo, and we're going to test it out at Curt Jordan Engineering in Oceanside, California. We'll have it on the dyno here in just a second, and Curt's going to lend us 50 years of his racing and tuning experience. So after our first dyno pull, Curt's decided we're a little too lean on the top and the bottom. We don't have the proper main jet, so he's going to drill out the old main jet, and we're going to build 300, Curt, is that correct?
Yeah, we're going to shoot for 300.
300 main jet, and we need a 30 pilot jet. I don't know if we've got one of those.
Bigger.
Or bigger. Curt's still fishing around in his pile of parts. like all projects, they're never quite done. We found out after running this for a couple hundred miles that we're getting a little bit of extra boost blowing through the crankcase. So I've got to change the breather system so that we don't get any oil leaks at high boost. And I've got to make a few other adjustments, but I thought you guys might want to take a look at the turbine. If you come on in here and take a close look, almost looks like you got a jet engine stuck on there. So a little more fine tuning and I think we'll have her. Gonna have to rebuild the wastegate system so that we keep our boost down to about 7 psi so we can keep it in one piece. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Hope you enjoyed the video and we'll look forward to doing some more. This was the 1974 Kawasaki Z1 with the ATP Turbo on Cramer's Classic Cycles. Thanks again. Bye-bye.